She's got hair like I guess. Oh, hair like that. Irresistible. This hairstyle. If you meet me in real life and you have this hairstyle, I'm going to bed with you. Like 100%. If I can figure out how to draw this, holy shit. Some of these things they're not equal. You know, draw the left side one way, draw the right side another way, and shit just goes off balance because I don't know proportions properly. So she looks like a little girl. It's kind of inappropriate. Let's widen this up. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's not it's not much of a difference, but you know when you the rule usually is like if a character is looking too young, usually what you want to do is you want to widen the shoulders a bit. Yes, this even goes for females. I know females are known to not have wide shoulders and all, but sometimes you just gotta you just gotta enlarge certain body parts to convey the sense of a matured body. Cause if you got a waist like this and legs like this, actually I can't really show that right now, but you know what I mean, right? It's you can just increase the size of anything. Sometimes I have friends who are like they refuse to widen or detail certain muscle areas for females because it will make them look less feminine, and I'm like, dude, just fucking do it. Like if you've ever read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you'll know that even the women have very detailed muscular areas. Like Yasuho in part 8, you have she can see the fucking detailed ass shoulder and the elbow and all that shit. So I don't really know what kind of pants I'm gonna give this girl. Let's just give her basic shit. Hey, wait, let me make a line of action first, just to make the pose look more natural. Just a bit at least. I'm not actually completing making this a complete finished illustration because I honestly don't give a shit. Like this is just a sketch. I'm just trying to practice random things right now. Usually, like these are jeans, right? So jeans have this kind of I don't even know what that's called. It's like the middle section where there's like an extra strip on top of it, you know? And then top of it that's where the button is, and then you get those belt holders. This looks like shit, but whatever. I'm doing a pose practice right now, by the way, cause I want to improve in poses and just a bit. Cause a few days ago, 2 3 days ago, I started this drawing. That's supposed to be a depiction of like it's a huge fight and a huge background and all that. But fighting, fighting. When you're drawing a fighting scene, you want to really convey the sense of motion and poses. And sometimes I haven't done that in a while, so I kind of forgot about it. Kind of forgot how to do it, struggling with it, and so I'm just doing this kind of thing on the offside just to familiarize myself with posing a bit once more. It's a really sucky feeling when you know you've been doing something for years, but suddenly it just feels like you've forgotten everything on how to do it. It's almost like no time has passed at all since when you began. That fucking sucks. Some people have that a lot more than I do. I sure know one person in particular, actually. But yeah, sometimes you just feel like you've forgotten everything. If you don't draw for 2 days or 3 days, I can save this from experience. Others can too. If you don't draw for 2 or 3 days, you will feel like you have lost all your experience, and it's as though you've started all over again. That's why it's important to keep consistency. If you don't have consistency in drawing, you decay. Some people faster than others, obviously, because that varies. Some people don't even decay. Some people don't even notice it. I envy those people. Okay, so in this kind of pose, right? It's, this is slightly higher. That's intentional, cause we don't want the pose to be exactly the same, right? Not entirely sure how to pose this though. Here, let's do this. Nah, fuck that. Let's just say her jeans are hanging over her shoe, so that I don't have to do a whole shoe design, because that fucking sucks. I don't even like drawing feet. Feet fucking suck. Now, as you may notice, this is it feels like she's standing on her toes. I'm gonna fix that in a bit. That's a perspective thing. Usually you get like, you want to make sure you are abiding to gravity, right? And the surface of where the character is standing. It's like this ain't equal, so that means she might be jumping, but no, she's not actually jumping. She's just standing still. And if she were jumping, then one of these legs would be higher. Also, I want to make her look more like an adult, so I'm going to lengthen her legs just a bit from this to just a bit. To this. Ah, there we go. See? This is also partially what I mean by how to make a character look older. You see, like this with shorter legs like that, it's a bit stumpy, a little bit not developed, But this is very long and very nice, in my opinion. You can like petite if you want. I don't give a shit. You can if you want. Wait, I'm sorry. I just got a text. I just got something really important. Wait. fuck up. Okay, it's my phone vibrating. What was I talking about? Yeah, like, see, this character immediately already looks a lot older than if I were to do this, right? If I were to revert this to the previous proportions, she looks a lot older now, just because I lengthened the proportions. Now that's because, as I've said before, if you, it just looks more developed and older, you know? Like the body's bigger, proportions are longer, this and that. You know what? I have a nice idea. Let's give her wings. Let's give her wings just for no reason. Like swan wings, you know. They're pretty nice. Now I haven't drawn these in a while. I think the last time I drew these swan wings was for someone important on Valentine's Day last year, or was it 2 years ago? I think it was last year. I painted them on stream as well, but this is a drawing, so it's a bit different. I like this actually. It's pretty. Oh fuck! Accidentally pressed undo. Usually, I don't really draw soft things like wings, you know. But I do draw sharp things. So in a way, it's almost like I can apply one into the other. It can look sharp. I'm using sharp lines and stuff, but it's not texturally sharp, you know. This is pretty. I like this. Let's just keep that there. I'm gonna work on something else now. So that kind of minimizes, not minimize, but we can decrease the size. Let's put that there. Okay, so what should we draw next? Uh, uh, uh. I'm thinking of my characters right now. Let's see. I'm gonna draw Rambola, I think. Rambola is. Oh, I love her so much. Rambola. I'm gonna draw her face. Just her face. Well, this is kind of nice practice for faces too, cause you know faces I hate drawing faces, but sometimes you just gotta do what you dislike, just to overcome it. That reminds me of a lot of things. I'm gonna draw her hair first because her hair is actually what really makes her who she is. It's the most identifiable part about her, is what I mean. Apart from her weapon, obviously, and her clothes. But her hair is so cute. Oh, I love her. Rambola is one of my oldest characters, actually, but she's always stuck in my mind as someone who's really, what do you call that? Herald? You know, someone who, signifies the approach of something else, or the existence of something else. Because she's the first person who mentions the other world that the second part of the story takes place in. She's also the first person to be introduced who is from that world. So I've always really liked her. As well as her her hairstyle, like how the way I designed her. I really love her twin tails. The hair holders, the spiky collars, they look like spiky collars. Okay, actually, maybe I shouldn't have drawn the hair first, because I have no fucking idea where to put the eyes now. Actually, I fucked up big time. I should have just drawn the fucking face. Now her face is way too thin because I screwed up. Oh boy, I should probably check Twitch chat. Oh, no one said anything. Okay. Wait a second. No, I want this muted. Don't want to hear my own voice. It looks like garbage at the moment, but whose drawings don't? I'd be surprised. I actually admire whoever could finalize a drawing from the get-go. That's fucking amazing. She looks a lot younger in this, just because I screwed up the facial proportions. But like I said, I could just extend her body, you know, whatever, or other features of her body to make her look older. Her hair goes like something like this, right? I don't know, I haven't drawn her in a while, but I do distinctly remember twin tails. That's what makes her who she is. Oh, I love her so much. That's not what they look like though. They have like three of these, you know, where they pour it out like that. 1, 2, and the third one's like over here. And this part doesn't have any. You know what's also difficult about this kind of hair, in my opinion, is these hair holders, right? They will need to abide to the perspective of the head. For example, if the head's facing this way, then the hair holders will face a certain way too. But if the head is tilted like downward like that, then they will look like that or something, you know. But whatever, you know, sometimes you might even dislike the way you designed your own character, because sometimes you don't want to design them in a way that will make them a pain in the fucking ass to draw every single time. Especially in my case, where you're making a comic like this, you want to design characters in a way that you find efficient in the long run, because you are going to draw them thousands of times. Let's say you have things like let's see, like if you got someone with a bunch of accessories that just hang around for the purposes of nothing really, just design purposes, you're digging your own grave essentially. Whereas if you have character that is dressed in a simple design yet distinctive design, that will help a lot more than if you were to simply add a bunch of random stuff just for the sake of it. It'll come back to bite you in your ass. I'm telling you this from experience. I used to design my characters. No, my weapons actually. My weapons. I used to design them in such a complicated manner, and I would never draw them again, just because I would be like, "Fuck that! I'm not doing that shit again, ever." And well, kind of sucks. I've always loved drawing the throat of a character, just because I developed once someone taught me about the muscles in the neck area. It was actually really fun to draw them, so I developed an interest towards it, and it's actually really fun, dude. Like the sternomasset muscles going down here, the collarbones, and then this is the trapezius coming down here. Of course, this is not going to stay like that. This is the trapezius too. This is the part where the neck kind of ends, or begins, I should say, actually. God, my shoulder is fucked as ever. There's something terribly wrong about this. I don't know what though. Ah, there we go. I think that was it. Her face is way too cute. Although she's always been relatively chubby. This character, Ramvala. You don't really see that under her armor, but she's I guess you could say she's thick. Usually, I actually enjoy this part the most. Here, there's actually a bit of a transition between the start of the neck and the collarbones. It's very tiny, actually. This is a trapezius muscle. This, right here. It's the top part of the back muscle. I think it's the biggest muscle on the back, actually. It sticks out from over here, and then this is where the collarbone ends, the clavicle, and this is where what the fuck is this called? The deltoid begins. Now I would draw her naked, but I'm not gonna do that on stream. Let's give her some alternate clothing though. I know what she wears in the for her actual design, but I'm gonna give her something else to wear. She's quite big. She's like 205 centimeters tall, I think, or either 205 or 195. I think it was 205 because Beverin is 195. So she has a relatively long rib cage. Relatively, no, fuck that. She's huge, and as a result, her waist is quite tall too. She's kind of like this. And because she's slightly chubby, this is gonna widen even more than what it is now. Her breasts are also quite large, but I'm not gonna draw them. Actually, I kind of need to because, also I can't gain a proper visualization of what the character's body is like, because I designed her like this, right? So like, it's almost like taking away part of her design. But I'm not gonna draw her naked, obviously. Let's just give her something else. I think I know of a cute outfit actually. She doesn't like cleavage, so I'm not gonna give her something that would show that. I don't like drawing cleavage either. Just not my thing. Kind of find it redundant. Like, why would you draw cleavage in something that's not porn? You know? It's like, why? Like, I get it, if you're drawing porn, you can draw cleavage all you want. But I'm not drawing porn at the moment, so why would I draw something that's intended to be sexually arousing? Ah, this is a cute top. Well, not a top, but I don't know what this is called. It's like you wear it over something. It's not a jacket either. Oh wait, let me fix this boob. The way I'm doing this is actually quite wrong. This isn't how boobs work. This is actually it should be like this, and then you can see the back like this, and the arm will go this way. This is the deltoid. That's her arm. This is kind of stiff. Let's round this out. Rambola is not a human being, but she does not have like anything like off ears or something. She looks completely human. It's just that she isn't. Where's her? I don't know where her brand is though. Everyone in my cast has a form of marking on their bodies that signifies the extent of magical power they've invoked into their soul, and it manifests on their physical bodies as a result of the power that they have taken into themselves. Right? It's called a spirit brand, and most people have them. I've never drawn one for Rambola though. It's probably like somewhere that's covered. It's not on her face. Most people have it on their faces, but some people have it elsewhere on their bodies. Millicent has hers above her, around her stomach area. I think Purgo as well. This doesn't even look like Rambola anymore, just because of the way she's dressing. I'm used to seeing her in armor, and I'm like, wait. This is cute though. I like it. So what's she wearing here? I'm not gonna do the typical, this shit. That's gross. That's actually so gross. I'm gonna give her a long shirt. Let's just give her a long shirt. It's cute. Long shirt with fucking what? How do I detail that? It's like this, right? They start folding around here. This is where the shirt ends, so this is around where the folds start coming out. Or they start appearing, I mean. Some very poor wording because of my slang. Always speaking that. Again, she's a little chubby, so I'm guessing there would be a lot of folds because the shirt might be tight. So let's try that. But if the shirt's tight, that means I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this. Not entirely a fan of drawing shirts like this, but you know what? Usually I like drawing shirts like this. Like that they're hanging loosely and that they're kind of doing that kind of thing. And this is different. I've given myself a different fate this time. Oh fuck! My microphone is so. Okay, so look, this part, right? This part is actually so. This is so wrong. This is actually ugh. The way this works is, you know, when you have something round, something will, on top of it will curve, like with breasts. This counts as well. So instead of instead of this garbage line over here, we want to do something like. Wait, no. There we go. See, that's more curved and that's more natural. Do you see the difference in that? Which is wrong as fuck. The breasts are in front of the arm in this pose, so there's no reason for the armpit to be in front of the breast. Or it's something terribly wrong. I really don't know what's wrong here, but I think it's the hair. It doesn't part outward enough. Ah, I see. Yeah, it wasn't even. They didn't come down to the same extent. Yeah, so there's Rambola. Cool. Now I'm gonna draw someone else. Let's see. Well, let's put her next to the girl with the wings. Ah. No, I must say my ideas are quite limited when I'm trying to think of earthly fashion. You know, people that the people on Earth would wear things people on Earth will wear, as opposed to that extensive armor my characters usually have. Let's draw someone else. Let's see. Who should I draw next? Uh, Gadriana. Yeah, a cutie mark. You could call it that. And she's my original character, by the way. Cutie mark. It's fucking nice, actually. I'm gonna remember that term, cutie mark. I'm gonna write that down. Actually, I'm gonna draw someone who has just that. Ah. Oh, Gadriana has one. Yeah. Let's draw her. I'm gonna draw her. I haven't drawn her in a while. Gadriana is a girl who is fucking crazy through and through. But despite that, she's still a good person. Which is hard to believe, considering the things she does and the way she behaves. But, you know, she's, that's with most of my characters. So right now, usually the way I sketch hits is like this. I do this. This is to mark the side of the head. And then from this over here, this is where the cheekbone begins. That's where it curves downward. And this part is where it curves into the cheek. Okay, wait, this looks like garbage. It's not a good example. I'm gonna just do it. I'm not gonna try explaining it. I'm just gonna do it. This is very masculine. Fuck that. I'm gonna start over again. Wait. Okay, so let's do a different angle. Something like this. My favorite way of drawing heads is 3/4, because it's easier for some reason. That might sound weird because it's actually the last thing people prefer when they're just sketching things, but I don't know, it works for me. Okay, I know this is still too a bit screwed, but I'm just gonna do this. Okay, so now Gadriana has very slim eyes, and she has a very how can I put this in a neat way? lascivious look. She has a very those eyes are like it's the kind of gaze you would see if a woman intends to drag you into her bed and drug you. It's pretty sure I already set the warning on this stream that it's intended for mature audiences. This is what I mean. I'm not gonna draw her face too badly. I'm not gonna give her an open mouth with like drool coming out. This is not. Mm, this is accurate enough to kind of show her personality in a way. The best part isn't even her face. It isn't even her eyes though. It comes later. It's her hair, and what comes afterwards. That's the best. What the fuck is this gaze? Wait, I kind of screwed this up. Okay, look. So this is her hair. Wait, I'm gonna draw her hair in a bit. I have to fix her face up first a bit. Just a bit. Just a bit. Okay, that's not how it works. See, this is what I mean when I struggle with things. Faces, you know, ugh, I hate them. Okay, look. Her hair is just, ugh, I love it. It's my favorite kind of hair. I'm just gonna draw some indicators just to know where it ends. Because with this kind of hairstyle, it can be hard to just determine where where it truly ends in order to arc it properly. And it begins over here. You know, these abruptly cut bangs are just. Oh, I love them so much. They're so cute. They're not, well, not even cute. They're hot and cute. Like what the hell? It's just, ugh, it's just a wonderful invention. Whoever I mean, I guess I swear the first woman who decided to put her hair like this is just, she's my savior. Gadriana is also quite tall. She's 195 centimeters, I think. Either 195 or 185. I think it was 195 or 190. 190 centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches, but you know, everyone in my cast is super tall. I think the shortest is like 170 centimeters, and that's still relatively tall for a lady. And in my experience, at least. Oh, my experience. Oh no, that's not what I mean. To, as far as I know. Okay, that's as far as I know. So okay, look. Oh, this is my favorite part, where it kind of goes inward. And she looks a lot older than last time I drew her, which is suiting because she's a very dominant character. I mean, oh wow, I just accidentally really fixed that face up. Not just kidding. Wait, her nose is too long. Her nose is way too long. Now, as you may have noticed, I skip proportion lines, like measurements like this, eyes, eyebrows, nose, mouth. I probably shouldn't, because then I don't know where the fuck to draw things. This part is my favorite. One of my favorite parts to draw is the transition between the bridge and nose to the eyebrow, because it's pretty realistic thing to include. Usually you get like in anime. Usually you have this, right? Like, you get this, eh, just this, and that. Fuck that, honestly. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, so this is the other thing that I was mentioning. I was talking about her hair and what happens as a result of it, right? Because of the way her hair is cut, she permanently has this creepy ass shadow over her face, like this, and that's it just adds so much to what makes her already attractive. Oh man, oof. Also, I usually draw her with eye bags, like not eye bags, but kind of like helps to make her feel creepy, because if it hasn't been made clear by now, that's what she's kind of meant to be. All right, her spirit brand, by the way. First I got to decide which way I want to finalize this angle to be, this way or this way. If it's this way, then it's gonna be this. It's gonna be like this. Her spirit brand is shaped like it's pretty simple actually, because she's one of the not the first characters, but she's still relatively early on, so her spirit brand isn't that complicated yet. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the more powerful the character, the more complicated their brand is. Like later on, you get people who have like shit all over their face. But at this stage, she's like one of the first people I had. They are all female. Mostly. There's actually, it's quite funny. Even though most of the cast is female, one of the first characters that is introduced is male. And it's this young boy. Well, I guess he's not that young, but he looks young. He looks like he's 12, but he's actually 18 or so. And yeah, he lives with like five or six girls that are all older than him. It's complicated. it's a bit weird to explain. Yes, she is very nice. Also, I've drawn this character numerous times naked with a little boy, but I had to stop doing that because why actually? Oh yeah, cause I moved to another country, and it's illegal here. So oh, look at that. Also, what she wears is kind of nice. It's like this sweater, but she also has this really distinctive scarf. She has white hair, right? So because her hair is white and her scarf is actually like red, blood red, it kind of it contrasts in a really nice way that I've always been really fond of when I designed her. Okay, this doesn't really look like a scarf yet. She also has quite broad shoulders because of her size. Just testing the measurements right now, by the way. These are her collarbones. This is the muscles. Her neck's a bit too long, but whatever. She wears a sweater, so it's got a lot of folds and like ripples. Ribbles? No, I mean like ripples. and her boobs are huge. I have no idea about like breast measurements, but let's say if you're an adult man, they will fill your whole hand up. Now the catch is she doesn't like adult men, which is kind of fucked, actually. But she is meant to be a really fucked up person, so that's why I intentionally introduced that kind of concept. She's a pedo, and there's a little boy that I have drawn her with a few times, who is really cute actually. I'm not gay, but I'm just saying, cute. I hope I don't get reported. Like I'm just explaining my characters. This is art. Fuck. Microphone just dropped again. This is just my art, bro. Her powers are just so cool as well. Like my characters, they develop their powers based on their personality, which is quite obvious. And as such, because of a twisted set of mind, she actually really loves to kill people, but in a way that she doesn't even know that it's bad. Like she believes that death, because it can only occur once, it's almost like a like a gift, I guess, that she thinks will help a person. I don't know. Like I intentionally designed this character to think in crazy ways, right? That I don't necessarily agree with. I'm not a killer. And what else? She's her abilities are like blood related. She takes a person's blood as a form of energy, and that she can use to solidify into a weapon or multiple weapons in certain cases. I once drew her with an axe made of blood. Pretty cool. That's her ability. Fucking nice. Okay, so let's detail this actually. I really like Adriana. She's so hot. Okay, right now. There's certain issues with detailing, right? When you apply the weight of your pencil to a certain area, you don't want to do it in a way that will, in some way, create a different appearance than you intend to. Like this right now, right? I'm going over the eyebrow. I'm accidentally giving her thicker eyebrows by going over this area. That is not intended. I don't want to make her look Indian. I mean, that sounded racist, but I actually know a lot of people like that. A lot of Indian girls like that. But, and also, if you apply certain line weight, like in these areas, it can make the expression a lot darker, as you can see. Here. Also, a tip for if you're doing a drawing, if you want to indicate sharpness, you want to make sure the end points are what makes it sharp. Like that, like actually, like that. You don't want to draw it like that. That's exactly what these strands of hair are. Like I'm not gonna do this from bottom to top. I'm gonna do top from to bottom because the hair. That's how hair grows, right? You know, like this. Whereas if you do hair like this, uh, kind of lose the flow. Okay, yeah. So let's see. Who should I draw next? Huh? Oh, don't hide the layer. I'm just gonna put this elsewhere. Let's just put it over here. Okay, so next character. Cutie mark. Cutie mark. Oh, I like that word. I can barely read my own handwriting, but there. Okay, so next character will be one of the later characters, actually. I really like her. Thank you. The when you asked what's illegal, little boy, you know, drawing little boys and in a sexual scene, which is what this character likes. That's why that's why I mentioned it. So I want to draw someone else now. This is one of the later characters. She's very, how should I say this? She definitely also gives the impression of a bad guy, but she is very good actually, despite being fucking crazy. This girl, she is. It's actually so complicated. Like what? It makes no fucking sense, but to most people, apart from myself. But wait, let me draw her first before I go into detail on explain who she is. She's got sharp proportions, so I'm gonna. This is a sort of upward angle, right? So she's gonna be looking up at us a bit. Oh man, these eyes are not balanced at all. But actually, this isn't a very good angle to draw her in because one of her eyes are covered. So might as well draw her in a way that covers that eye and clearly displays the visible part of her face. Her hair is very distinguishable to the character as well. Her ear doesn't show because of her hair, but I just drew it here so I know where to measure the eyes. Say it like that. She also has a very similar. She also has very similar eyes to the other character from just now. It's like they're very slim. She's a very creepy look. Actually, I have her open on my page. Sick. I'm not plugging, by the way. I'm actually just giving an example. This girl. Can I zoom in on this? Yeah, see this girl over here. That's her. So as you saw, this one of her eyes are covered, well, is covered. Kind of like not like that at all. A mosquito. Wait. Yeah. I swear I like winter because there are no mosquitoes. But once it's like spring, all those pieces of shit just appear again. Okay, so on to explaining what this character is. Like, she is technically human, but she's not in a human body. It's like, wait, what the fuck? It's complicated. Like, she's a human soul, right? So she has the ability to develop magic like anyone else in the story, but she has she is in this special body that is that resembles. How the fuck do I explain this? It's she's pretty much human, but she's not. Okay, let's just keep it at that. And she can develop special abilities that humans can't. But then again, normal human beings can't develop most of the other people's abilities either. So I'm like, wait. Oh well, she's just my character. Let's just keep it at that. And she is very, very creepy. When you see a smile like this, there's different magnitudes of creepiness when you're thinking of a smile. Let's start over here, right? This is a normal smile. Now this is a slightly creepier smile. And this is a smile you only see when someone's about to murder you, which is exactly the kind of smile she has. This is garbage. There we go. I hate faces, as I've said in the past multiple times. And now her spirit brand is kind of complicated. Well, not really, but yeah, because she's introduced quite late on, so people are already really powerful at this point in these environments. I think like they vary in length. These lines, there's like one, two, and then this one's the shortest. There's three of them, and then there's like it goes like this. One, two, I think. One, two, two. There's only two sideways ones, and there's three vertical ones. And also, this girl is also. She also has a scarf. I really like girls with scarves. It's not really a fetish, but it's more like an interest. I think it's cute. I just don't know how to fucking position her neck. I don't know what that was. I really don't. Her hair is really long. It goes like till her ass, I think. I drew her full body like a while ago, with her weapons as well. Oh yeah, speaking of that, wait. No, let's close out. I don't need that anymore. Her abilities is like first of all, she uses, as you saw, she uses two blades. and they are very inconveniently designed. But for her case, it doesn't really matter because her ability is like when she stabs something, she immediately emits this form of corrosive energy that disintegrates whatever she stabs, right? That way she can immediately retract her blade from the victim's body. Because the way her blades are designed in a normal situation, you stab something, you won't be able to pull it out because the teeth get stuck inside the enemy's body. But with her, it corrodes the flesh, so it's easier to pull it out. That sounds sick, which it is, because she's also very crazy, just like the other character that I drew like earlier. Her abilities really revolve around. Well, not really. She doesn't really rely on the pain of others as much as the other character does, because the other character literally steals blood. But she likes inflicting pain as well. She's a massive sadist as well. I don't know what that was. I'm gonna detail her eyes for a bit. This isn't very anime. Or at least it's not currently how I want it to look. That's fucking gross. I really don't like the way I did that. Out of the 4 or so drawings I've done, like up here, this is my least favorite, despite the characters really being really likable for me. Oh well. Nice. She has those rings on her sleeves for decoration. It's just like jewelry. So she has this her top, I guess, kind of opens up over here, so you see like this is just exposed. But that's about it. She doesn't have cleavage. I don't really like drawing cleavage, as I said before. It's like redundant. But however, even though like the trick, the kind of thing I like to do is I like to give my characters huge boobs, but then like not show anything about it, you know, because then it leaves it up to your imagination, which is even hotter. Oh, actually, it's huge tits, but not showing that. Not like this, right? Fuck that. More like covering it all up. That's some genius stuff right there. Genius design. So yeah, I'm gonna introduce proper anatomy though. This is her armpit. This is the pectoral. This is the bicep, I think. This is the tricep. These are the obliques. And yeah, cool. Why is her hair so short? It's supposed to be like really long. This is an accurate depiction of who this character is. Her pose, her smile, the way she's looking at you. That's really a characteristic of her. Also, she can die, but not actually die. That's part of her special parts, like what makes her different from a normal human being. Not gonna explain it now though. No, that's for another time. I made a whole document about it, just explaining about how that works. Okay, so you guys can't see it, but I actually have something on my screen that made it look like she had a birthmark, which is pretty cute. That's really cute actually. Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah, well, let's just minimize, not minimize, but decrease her size, and just put her over here. Why is Elnor over there? Okay, she's on her own layer. That's good. Oops. Let's put her in the corner. That's another character, by the way. She's really cool. I like her. Let's start working on the next character. Well, let's move these a bit upwards more. This girl with her wings, she's taking up a bunch of space. I don't like that. Okay, let's see. Who should I draw next? Let me think for a bit. That is actually what she does. And one of her abilities is once she afflicts someone with that decay, if she kills them, other people within 10 meters of the afflicted one, they get their like limbs blown up, limbs, arms, and it all closes down towards their heart. So it's like their feet first, then their shins, then their thighs, and their hands first, then the arms and their elbows, and then it goes all the way down to the heart. And they're still alive throughout the entire process. That's just how sadistic she is. So, I have another character who, yeah, she's a really sad type, and I really like her because she has I made her a sort of animal lover, but in the way she's kind of forced to love an animal. I'm gonna get into more detail about that in a bit. Since she's sad, she's a sad type of character, so I'm gonna aim her head in a way that as though she were looking down, in a sad way, looking down and away. Since she's melancholic, guess that's the word. You know, with certain designs, right, you want to express how a character is just by looking at them. Just so you can make the viewer kind of guess what they would be like. You can either entirely throw them off, like that they're wrong, right? Or you can make them appear to be right. That's definitely the case with this character. She looks sad, and she is sad. Most of my characters, they look evil, but they're not. Like what I just described about that character up here. Not Rambala. Her. What I just described her. She's extremely cruel, but she's actually of the good guys. Surprisingly. Also, when you draw sad characters, you want to have like droopy eyes, kind of like this. And the eyebrows are going to be sort of like that as well. Kind of like gloomy. This is almost forced. That's almost forced. Let's not do that. Also, did I tell you I hate drawing noses? I actually hate noses so much. It's not only because they're hard, but it's because you screw up one part, tiny bit with the nose, and the entire face looks off. You know, like Michael Jackson. If you're thinking of Michael Jackson, his nose, just because his nose is off, his entire face looks off. Looked. Ah, there we go. That looks more natural. Okay, so this girl, right? Let's see. I have to draw her hair first. This girl is sad because I don't fucking know why. I just decided to give her that kind of personality. Uh-huh. What a lazy explanation, isn't it? No, but like her special. She's pretty special in many regards. Actually, she's human, but she is very powerful because she also has this a certain, not really a helper, but okay, she's got this raven, right? She's part of a circus, or she's part of a city that is like a circus, and she helps entertain children and other people there with her raven. But her raven is actually part of her spiritual strength. She is bound to that raven on a spiritual level. Like she was when she was young, she was her. Let's just say her parents didn't want her. Okay, so they tried to bring her to someone who was believed to be able to turn people into an animal. They wanted to give her a free life as a bird rather than live in poverty. But it failed. However, the raven still disappeared. The raven they used to fuse her with, it still disappeared even though the fusing didn't work. It turns out that she could summon it from her body and it became a part of her, right? And later on, her abilities developed based on that. She can now transform into something like a human raven hybrid in her most powerful ability. And she can close her eyes and look through the raven's eyes and see what a raven would that a human being could not. So she could see like invisible shit. If people try to go invisible, like attackers go invisible, she can see them. Also, she wears a hat. She wears a super cool hat that I don't know how to draw, but it's so cool. Okay, I'm kind of exaggerating. It's really just a silly top hat with a feather attached to it, but it's still cool. She wears it in like a diagonal manner, like a beret. Not really a beret, but I just like I'm trying to figure out how to fuck draw this thing. It's it's just a stupid top hat. But it's cute. She's got this thing around it, and then there's like raven feathers, kind of to represent her ability with the raven. That's why she has raven feathers attached to this hat. Now, I don't draw this character often because, to be honest, I don't know how to draw a raven. I always have to look up like a reference image on my own. But no, I mean I always had to look up an image rather than trying to draw it on my own because that's ass. She wears like a feather coat. Well, not really a coat, but a collar. At least her collar is feathers. Of course, as you would guess, they are raven feathers. They look like fire though at the moment because I'm garbage. Trying to measure where exactly they would go. They would go to like here, I think. Oh man, see, this is now going back to what I said earlier. This is why I wanna give your character a simple design because I'm gonna have to draw this thousands of times or at least a couple hundred. I don't even know how to draw fucking fur, or I mean feathers. Okay, her nose is kind of weird. I don't like that. She's supposed to look relatively young, by the way, because it's kind of to add her, not add, but to emphasize or convey her sense of innocence that she's always had. You know, she's an abandoned child who has, well, she was a child at that time, but she's always been abandoned. And that's why she's sad. She's never really known happiness because her parents tried to fuse her with a fucking bird when she was a kid. That's fucked up. Those how I drew this just now. Look at that. What the hell is that eye? Ugh. Whatever. Let's just cross it out and pretend it's over in the shade. Just to hide my mistakes. She doesn't have a spirit. She does actually, but I forgot what it looked like. I don't have a reference sheet for her, so I don't know what her spirit brand looks like. So there were times where I just forgot for various characters and then just tried to memorize them, draw out of memory. And then when I looked back later at them, I was like, what the fuck? They all look different. Yeah. She's sad because she's sad. She's quite important though. Oh yeah, she can grow wings when she transforms. She grows like raven wings, like from her back. Fucking cool. And she also gets a raven mask. Oh, I love that so much. Something like that, but way more grim. Okay, let's put her up to the. Let's put her up there. Oh, actually, I'm gonna write their names down next to them. Her name's Renza, by the way. Fuck, I'm just gonna spell it out with my horrible handwriting. Renza. This girl is Carrion. Eleanor. That's a woman, not a girl. She's like, cutie mark. Yeah, cutie mark is still there. Ah, fuck, that's on the same layer? Okay, whatever. Gadriana. Fuck, I can't even spell my own characters' names. Are you joking? That was my microphone falling again. It keeps falling. It's on an unstable surface. Rambella. You might notice these are really weird names. That's intentional because this story doesn't take place on Earth. So you know. Okay, who's the next character? Well, wonder about that. Let me just think. Actually, I didn't know that. Wait, ravens don't grow? That's pretty cool. Are they like immortal? Everyone's immortal in this though. In this cast, everyone's immortal until someone kills them. Well, most people are at least. The human miscellaneous characters like shopkeepers, sellers and this and that, restaurant owners, they just die. All right. I speaking of that, yeah, I gotta draw another character. She also looks evil, but she's really really friendly. Let me just get her base down first, before I go into detail and explain who she is. This girl is very aggressive, but she is super friendly to the main character. The main character is a human being, by the way. How the fuck do I do this? Okay, nice. Okay, no, those proportions are too childlike for this character. She's got like long facial proportions. They're quite sharp. Okay, let's see. Let's see what I can do with this. Okay, yes, very nice, yes, okay. She's got a relatively long nose because of her facial proportions. Okay, now this is actually one of the coolest characters in the first world. The entire story takes place in two worlds: the world where the main character wakes up, and the world where she returns to. But this is the first world, right? And this Carol over here is one of the coolest characters, if not the coolest, in the first world. Now, the reason for that is because of her spirit brand. Her spirit brand is fucking cool. I'm not gonna draw that yet, though. Actually, she is so badass that people have mistaken her, like people as in other artists or people who have seen her in my drawings, mistaken her for a guy, which is kind of funny. Because of her facial proportions, or anyone's facial proportions that I give. But no, she also has like non-existent chest, so maybe that's why. Because you don't need that if you're trying to kill people. In the story of gore and horror and fantasy and action and blood most of the time, there's no need for things like sexually designs intended to be sexually attractive, you know. At least that's just my opinion. It's just off-putting. It's just distracting. Okay, I fucked that up. Like, let me draw our other eye first. I gotta determine which angle I want to draw her at, because if I draw the spirit brand one way like this, then on this way, that's the wrong side of the face. I have screwed up drawings like that in the past because I didn't know I was drawing it on reverse, and I export it and it's like, wait, what the fuck? That's the wrong eye. Okay, wait. I think I'll draw like this. Yeah, this way. I'll draw it this way. This is reversed though. And I have to flip her later. Okay, so what makes this character special is this. Her eye. Wait, let me draw the other eyebrow first. She has a very serious look. And she has the kind of face and general demeanor of that if you walk within 2 meters of her, that you are going to die. Because she has this. Not only does she have the scary spirit brand, she also has like her eye is fucked up. This one, her sclera, or also known as the whites of her eye, is actually black, and her pupil is sharp and animalistic rather than round and human. So it can be quite intimidating, especially when she pulls an angry face, which I'm going to give her. Okay, now she's not very menacing because I don't have her hair, and she just looks like an angry bald person. Her hair kind of parts out the middle, kind of like this. Not saying that's what makes people scary, but, but I'm just gonna draw her hair now. Also, I think what makes her most dangerous is her weapon. It's an axe that's at least 1.5 times the size of her body. So, and she can just hold that. She has the strength to hold that with like one arm. Though of course she swings it with two, but she holds it against her shoulder with like one arm. Also, she's not a human being. She's the same kind of race as, where is she? Rambala. She's the same kind of race. It's like a race of humanoid beings that look like humans, but they existed before humans. But they're not all that different. It's like this. It's the same bodily functions, except for they can eat poison things that are poisonous to human beings, such as certain toads. They don't need to cook their food. They don't even need to eat, actually. And that brings me to what makes her such a nice person. So like, when the main character crosses our forest, right, the forest where this girl lives, she welcomingly just greets her, and the main character's scared because she was lost in that scary forest, and there's like dead bodies hanging around everywhere because this girl kills those people, and hangs them on the trees. Don't ask. But and then anyway, she talks to the main character, tries to reassure her. She knows she's human, so she knows she's vulnerable and scared. And even though this girl, she doesn't need to eat, right? But she still prepares and cooks food for the main character because she knows that humans need food. So she's really nice. And yeah, even though she kills people and hangs them on the trees. Because there's actually a certain faction that tries to hunt this race down, right? And well, of course that doesn't work because she kills them, and then she hangs them on the trees because in order to try to scare the rest of them off, so they don't go deeper into the forest. It's actually a pretty dark concept. It was inspired by what was that again? I think it was like Chinese torture or war crimes and shit, like that they would hang the offenders' heads off of a wall. That's what inspired it. That concept actually. Also, she wears a ton of armor. That's also what makes her kind of scary. How do I draw that? It goes like, I gotta draw her shoulders first. And she's also kind of buff. Which is quite hot. She might not have breasts, but underneath that armor, she's got like a very toned, muscular body, which makes up for it in a way, more ways than one. She has long hair. I don't know why I'm cutting it off over here. Also, it's like 12:21 a.m. Didn't even know. I'm liking this too much. Yeah, so her armor is like actually, I'm gonna give her a casual costume, casual outfit. Most characters I have, they have their casual outfits apart from their armored designs and shit. What this girl wears is like just a sweater, really. It's just a red sweater with a red t-shirt with a black t-shirt underneath. I have a friend who really likes her. I mean, I completely understand. I love her as well. I've always loved this character. This neck muscle is a bit weird. See this is what makes her masculine, you know. No, look a little masculine. I don't blame anyone for thinking that way. I'm sure people are used to like more cute characters when they think of anime and manga. It's definitely not what this girl is. But she's very nice. She's also very protective over the main character. When the faction I mentioned, when they do try to actually attack, she's very protective. So yeah, she might look evil, and she might even be considered evil from those people's point of view, but she's very nice and friendly and protective. Also, I'm not coloring this, but this is a yellow eye, and this is I think red. I think this is her natural eye color is red, but something no, she had, let's just say she had extra influence from negative energies that her whole eye got corrupted. No, it was like yellow. It became like yellow. Let's fix this part. This is kind of screwed. Okay, let's see. Let's see who I should draw next. Let's put this girl up there. See, this is what I mean. This is isn't this because I flipped it. This is now the wrong eye. This is the right way, but I have to flip her. So I have to because the rest of the names are other ways written backwards. So I just have to flip her. Not a big deal. Now for her name. She's old. She's an old character, so I think it was Hakiro. Yeah. She lives with 3 or 4 other people in that forest. But I'm not really gonna draw them now. Let's see. Who should I draw next? I have a lot of interesting characters. Cool. Yeah. No. It's actually normal food that she gives the human main character. She can eat those actually. Hakiro can eat those, but because she's not a human being, but the main character can't. Okay, so let's see. There's this one character that whose background I really haven't thought of too much, but I really like her design and her abilities, so I'm just gonna draw her. I don't even know if she's human or not. That's a weird thing to say. In any other context, that would sound fucking rude. Okay. Let's see. Where are her eyes gonna be? Let's see. Yeah. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna aim her neck. Maybe like a normal person. Just like a. Just like this. That's a bit too thick, actually. No, whatever, I'm not gonna think about that now. You might notice most of my characters have the same kind of eye width. You know, they're not super Sailor Moon, you know, shit like that. Not gonna do that. But she can have quite normal eyes. She has quite normal eyes. She looks extremely bored, but come on, can I get a line right? These eyes aren't entirely even. Usually, oh yeah. Okay, good night. Oh, good morning, I guess. 5:38. Oh yeah. Yeah, indeed. Well, my brother's probably still awake over there. Good night. Or good morning. Come on. I can't even get this iris right. She looks a little sad. The eyes are disproportional, but eh. Okay, so need to aim her gaze a bit better. She's got quite a not a very expressive face. Most of the time, that's actually part of her character. She doesn't smile a lot. But she isn't entirely sad like Renzo over here. Actually, they're allies. They work together in the same city. It's like a city of. It's like a circus. It's a weird place, but yeah. At least you can get cotton candy and stuff, which is nice. Who doesn't like that? Let's give her more expression into her face, actually. This is kind of boring. Even just this is more. I'm just gonna draw her hair first, I don't care about this. Okay, so her hair is like, it's quite basic, to be honest. It's crosses. I have like two other characters whose hair do the same thing, but her hair is kind of different on the sides, on the outer edges. She's got these protrusions that, like this. Emphasizing her pupils a bit like this gives her more personality. She looks like a stupid character, but she's very strong actually. She's super strong. She's not even the leader of her group, but she's the strongest of the group. It's kind of a spoiler actually, but whatever. Her ability. Well, actually, let's talk about her weapon. Her weapon is a sword. It's pretty just, but not. It's just not. It's not just any sword. It's it's a broadsword, two-handed weapon. In fact, I don't even know if I have anyone with a one-handed weapon in my cast. The main character, I guess. The main character has a one-handed sword, yeah. Wait, let me aim this a bit better. Ah, fucking blows. I hate drawing the top of the head. No idea how to measure that. You know, her ability. What's that like? What is her main strength? I guess it's disabling the enemy while empowering herself. It's like whenever she strikes something, or someone, I should say, whenever she strikes someone, she drops ethereal orbs from their soul, from their body actually. That's made of their soul energy that she can reabsorb to empower herself. So she weakens the enemy while empowering herself at the same time, which is stupidly powerful. But that's not the worst actually. Her second ability is that she forms a big rose that faces horizontally in the air. Each time she strikes something, the orbs that she from her first ability, right? It is immediately absorbed by the flower, petal by petal. And once it forms a full clockwise circle, she can detonate their whole being, like their mind, their body, their soul, everything. So they really need to like kill her before she's able to make a full circle with that thing. I'm just trying to fix your face, sorry. The worst thing is her final ability, her most powerful ability is just bullshit. I'm gonna try to draw her though before I go into more detail. How the fuck do I draw a neck? Hello? What the fuck? Okay, wait, this might take a while. Oh, okay, I got it. Never mind. It's fine now. I know my way on here from here. Let me save. Oh, it's okay. I already like appreciate your presence in the first place. Trying to figure out how to draw her mouth. I'm gonna give her a nice, innocent smile, just to contrast against how bullshit her ability is. So like, her final ability is one of the first of its kind. She she sulks. She sulks and ignites her weapon in a way that illuminates her whole body and darkens the atmosphere. She siphons the atmosphere of its light to empower her weapon, and she swings it with such force that she splits the barrier of the living world and that of the fallen, which creates a humongous dome of screwed up dimensional energies where nothing can move except her. And she just smacks her enemy for like, I think she smacks her enemy for 400 or so times, but the orbs that she shreds from their body are immediately absorbed to create perfect duplicates of her assaults, which means instead of striking 400 times, she actually strikes them like 800 times. Or more, I think. I remember writing down 1,200, so I think it was 600 times 2. It's just bullshit. And then she can end the ability by snapping her fingers, and then everything can move again. And that's when the results come out, and that's when they blow up. So yeah, bullshit. Also, she actually wears armor, but I'm just giving her a different costume right now. Actually, this is kind of weird. It's not. I'm not used to seeing her not in armor. I'm just gonna give her armor. If I can remember how I designed it, her boobs are not gonna have. Her boobs can't stick out like that if she's wearing armor. They're gonna have to get a bit compressed. Her armor doesn't really cover her shoulders though. Well, it does actually. Never mind. She has a shoulder pad that I forgot to draw. But only on one arm for some reason. I guess she doesn't really need that armor. She's one of my favorite designs. Her face is a little screwed up. Yeah, I could tell that. Usually when you can kind of feel something is screwed up. You just need to flip the canvas, and you'll see it immediately. Or you should be able to at least. I actually really like the way I designed her, the armor across her breasts. It's like diamond shaped, kind of like this. Wait, way better than that, but you get the idea. It almost looks like a steak. It's kind of weird to think about, but yeah. The funniest part though is it's not it's not directly funny, but despite being the strongest of the group, she is the most hesitant to fight because she wants to hold back, right? She knows about her own power. The others do too, but it's kind of like she holds back too much. Almost gets someone killed. I wonder how long I've been streaming. I really don't like her face. She doesn't smile a lot. I don't know why I drew her smiling. She's also one of the few characters who don't have like visible eye bags. I'm gonna increase the size of her hair actually. This could be wider. Oh, there we go. That's nice. Actually, I'm gonna give her. Nah, I'm not gonna change her design. But I could always emphasize certain things, like why does she only have one piece of shoulder armor? That makes no sense. Just gonna give her both now. I think there's like screws in them as well. I don't remember if I drew those last time. Would make a lot of sense though. You see a lot of screws and bolts in armor. Helps with realism. Something about her eyes feel empty. Like, I don't know why. Oh, there we go. That's nice. She has wider shoulders than intended. That's kind of weird. Cause since I'm done drawing her, I'm just gonna move her a bit up. I'm gonna equalize the breasts a bit. One's bigger than the other. Don't know why. Also, she also wears a scarf. There's like a lot of scarf wearers in the later areas, later casts. That's just because I like scarves. I like girls with scarves, to be exact. Can you hear me yawn? I'm tired. And that's why this is gonna be the last character. This is the last character. I just drew her. I'm just gonna move her up here. This cheek is way too wide. I think that's what was making her face feel off. Okay. Let's see. There's not much space. I need to delete that girl over here with the wings. Don't even know why I drew her in the first place. I just thought it was cool. Lindell. That's her name. Oops. Lindell. Yes. Ramble is pretty small. So, she's not supposed to be. She's also the only one with casual costume. rather than her actual armor. Oh. Cutie mark. Okay, so yeah, I'm ending the stream. So yeah, good night. That was very nice, wasn't it?